Right, here we go. Top 5. You will notice that in 6th place is Arsenal.
Good choice.
There's another video you can check out and see why that happened. But now we're going to move on. Who is going to finish 5th?
Chelsea.
Yep.
Right in there, no messing.
No problem.
Season prediction for Chelsea, 4th or 5th, I'm not sure yet. In my opinion, I feel it's going to be very tight up there. You've got a lot of great managers, and there are certain clubs around us which, you know, have probably prepared a lot better than us. Obviously, Liverpool have had the longest pre-season basically out of everybody, and I feel they might just sneak in.
Conte's a good manager and stuff like that, but he's not managed in England like many of the new managers and stuff. And I think that system that he played so well at Juventus and so well at Italy might take a little bit of time for him to implement, because it's not something that the players in that squad are used to playing. You know, it's a completely different style of football to Jose Mourinho. I think they'll do, again, in the future, 2 years' time, they'll be really strong under him. But right now, I think that's going to take 6 months at least to implement that system to how he wants it.
Do you think he's going to get a few years at Chelsea then? Because Chelsea have got a pretty bad track record with managers.
Will that be enough? To keep him in the job?
I think, no, it wouldn't. At the end of the season, he'll be gone. But I think he's, Andy Brassell's talked about him it being a volatile coach. It will take a while for those methods to be accepted and understood by his players. There's going to be rebellion. Costa has already talked about wanting to leave, or at least has made intonations that that's the case. I think that they will be much better than they were last season. I don't think they have the striker in Batshuayi to get them to the top of the league. So for that reason, 5th is a reasonable suggestion for Chelsea, I think.
Plus, I think if you're looking at it and you're taking it in the context and looking at the other teams we've got, United have got Mourinho in Premier League proven, Liverpool's second year with Klopp, you were very good second. The tail end of last season, you were getting stronger and stronger. And Spurs, I think, were one of my title favourites. I'm not going to put them up there, but I think before United and City signed all those players, they were in a very, very strong position. They've been weakened by how well United and City have done, but the other 4 teams are in a much better position than Chelsea.
The thing with Chelsea for me is they're going to be really hard to beat, but they're not going to score as many goals as the other sides.
And for that reason,
we played them in pre-season, and they beat us. They got Fabregas got sent off and stuff. Like, we still couldn't break them down, to be honest, with 10 when they had 10 men.
So how on earth are you going to finish above them then?
Because you only play Chelsea twice a year, mate.
Why are you going to finish above them in general? But like, if they're beating you in those games, then does that not mean that they're a better team than you?
Well, look, Manchester City didn't do anything against any of the top 5 basically last season. I don't think they even got a win, did they, against the top 5 last season, but they finished higher than Chelsea did.
Flat track bullies, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, Chelsea, as I said, the reason that they'll finish lower than us is goals. And we, towards the tail end of the season, scored more goals than anyone. I think from it was January to May in the Premier League. We've added more goals into that. I think Divock Origi's a really, really underrated striker, and he could be the difference for us. He could be a 15-goal-a-season striker. Daniel Sturridge, we've had fit since January now. That's not happened since he was like 8 or something. Do you know what I mean? He just doesn't, like, Klopp's managing him really well. We've had the goals to midfield and Wijnaldum, Mane. We've got Coutinho. We've got Firmino, who was our top scorer last season. We've got Henderson. We've got Milner. We've got Emre Can, Grujic. Our squad is full of depth now, and there's goals in that squad.
Every team in the top 5 has a squad full of depth. I could list off our players.
Why do you two think Liverpool are going to finish above Chelsea?
Again, just going back to the fact that they've got a great manager in Klopp, that his system's going to be in full swing next season. They don't have to worry about European football like everybody else. And from personal experience, nor do Chelsea, but they don't have the turmoil. Liverpool don't have to contend with the turmoil.
And I guess so for you, the reason why Chelsea do so well is because they don't have European football as well.
Yeah.
But Liverpool just that little bit better.
Yeah.
Klopp's had 9 months of pre-season to work towards. He's had the longest pre-season. All these other managers are coming in fresh. That's why I think Tottenham and Liverpool will both do well this season, is because they've got that understanding. It works the exact opposite for Arsenal, unfortunately, because they've just been stagnant for too long. But with Liverpool, you know, Pochettino's a great manager. Jurgen Klopp, I think everybody knows, is a good manager. He's proven it in his career, and he motivates and he improves players and he develops players.
I'd love for Liverpool to finish 6th, 7th, 8th, but I just think they're in the right position now to genuinely make it a much stronger year. And they've got the right pressures on them, whereas I think at Chelsea it's a volatile club and it's a volatile management situation where people just clash with Abramovich. It happens. And Mourinho's gone, the fan base is not completely united behind Conte, whereas everybody is behind Klopp.
I think Liverpool finished 2nd. But, you know, we've discussed this already. I'm an optimistic Liverpool fan. Going into every season, I think we can put a title challenge in. I think Man United will finish 4th. But
why do you think Man United finish 4th?
I don't think Mourinho's that good anymore, to be perfectly honest with you. I think you've had a massive vanity signing in Ibrahimovic. I think you needed someone who can bang in 30 goals this season. I don't think Ibrahimovic is that man. Like,
why can't he be that man?
He's too old. He's coming to the Premier League and stuff, and there is a chance that he'll prove everybody wrong.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, you know, a crappy little overhead kick that got blown out of all proportion on social media for what was essentially crap. And now
he's got that 3 minutes into his debut. Come on, first shot on target. It's a good headline.
Basically just fell over and kicked the ball.
If I'd fall over like that for me right now on camera.
Maybe I'm better positioned to debate this because obviously the partisanship is a difficult one. It wasn't a really crap goal. It was quite good.
It was awful.
But I think Man United. I agree with you. I'm with you on Ibrahimovic. I'm not sure we'll see what he did for PSG in the Premier League. I still think he's going to turn up to 20-25 goals next season. Apart from Leicester, which was an anomaly and an exception that proves the rule, the way you win the Premier League is by spending money. Man United spent the most on the best quality, i.e. they will win the league.
So we're voting here. Who's going fourth?
So
Manchester United.
Don't sell, guys, don't.
Come on, guys. Oh, come on.
You can't rip this thing up.
Hey, that costs money, come on.
What a budget here, lads.
Is this the point where we can put our own top four up? And then
if you want to.
Right, okay. I'm going.
So yeah, put your own top four up.
I'm going Man City. I'm going Liverpool.
He's trying a new tactic to get Liverpool into.
You just wanted Liverpool on that second spot a little bit
longer.
That's
what I think it's
Chris, you want to take a picture before that changes?
Defo.
Flav, how does that change for you?
It changes by.
Come on down.
Really?
Yeah.
Come in.
Okay, so you've got United, City second, Spurs, and then Liverpool.
But the key part to all of this is that.
Okay,
let's not forget that.
Let's go back.
Sam, are there any changes for you?
Oh, that must be hard.
Oh.
I just think it's going to happen.
That's weak.
That's going to happen. After that.
You need the toilet change.
That's going to happen. I can hear it. I was just magnifying. That's what it felt like. As you went past me, that wasn't even me.
I applaud your honesty, but you're weird. That's weird. What have you done?
Honesty is the best policy, right?
No, it ain't. It's football.
That's why you're fucking lying.
I'm changing it for him. I'm not having that. I'm not having it.
This is what I think.
I agree with that.
Right. I'll be absolutely.
So you're agreeing with the man who wants Leicester in 12th, the league champions?
That is a pure coincidence.
Right?
You both said Leicester were going to finish in the bottom half last season. You were completely wrong.
Totally, but come on. Champions League football, not going to be able to deal with it. Look, your squad is better slightly than last season because you've added to it.
Yeah, we need to buy
2
more
players or something.
Yeah.
That squad tailed off massively in the Premier League last season.
Right,
now you're adding
okay.
European football into it as well.
We had
Manchester
Europa
United have got the fucking Europa League. That's a pile of my arse. That'll screw players up all
They
day.
won't play their best players though.
He'll go for the Capital One Cup as he always does, and that's fine because you get a bit of a trophy.
You're done by February then. Sweet.
But Manchester United need, with the money that they're proposed to spend, £170 million, second isn't even good enough for Mourinho this season. You can't spend £170 million and expect to walk out without a trophy and not play a team that goes far in the Europa League. That's not good enough for Manchester United.
What, so you think they'll finish first? Is that what you're saying?
Not a chance. I think Liverpool, without Champions League football, with 38 Premier League games a week in between, proper time for downtime, developing players, training players, will just be much better. Their manager's shit.
How can you say?
You make all of that sense. You make all of that sense. I'm like, they might finish second.
It's just hatred as well.
I know, this is the thing.
But
we got to come to
so impartial up until that point.
We've got to come to some consensus.
Yeah, we've got to vote now. You know, you've had your chance. Liverpool fourth. Sorry, mate. Spurs third.
Yeah, alright.
Ah, fuck yous.
United second.
There you go, mate.
I think fourth. Fourth, to be perfectly honest with you.
Just fucking agree with me. Come on, you're wrong anyway.
We're done.
No, the only thing is with Manchester City, because no one's even spoken about them, we've just given them the league title without speaking about them, basically. They might have some struggles with changing to Guardiola's style of football.
The squad's not completely evolved to what Guardiola wants, and he wants to play in a new style. So that will take a little bit of time. But last year their squad was still ridiculous, and they should have done a lot better than they did. And look, we're talking about a lot of good managers. He is the best one.
Is he?
Yes, he
Really?
is.
Do you know what, right?
If he was managing one of these guys,
Exactly.
he would do very well, or do as well. But he's got everything he could ever want there, and a 5-year rollout before he even gets in the job. So that's why the transition should be strong.
So we agreed on Man City and Man United. Are we?
I am.
Yeah, all right. So that's good.
Do you know what? I actually think City are going to win the league. I do, but I just thought we needed to talk about it at the same time.
Right. These
wanna end the video again?
videos are fun, aren't they?
So
You guys.
I wonder what odds we get on this.
Huh?
I wonder what odds we get on this.
Not good ones, probably. So there you have it. That's our Premier League table.
That was my top 6. I won.
That's it. Yeah. I mean,
Is that how
was
you
tough.
wanted it?
Yeah, that's my top 6.
Oh, now we should change it just for that.
We're done.
So we'll leave this with Chris here. If you enjoy these videos, then please comment. Yeah, it's been crazy, but passionate fans trying to make decisions about things that are never going to happen is always good fun.
Hashtag never
Enjoy the video, give it a like.
Never forget.
Don't forget to subscribe to Bull Street and let us know what you think and where everyone's going to finish down below. This is the start of a new season, so that means you must be picking your fantasy football team for the year. Well, Bull Street have got their own league and we want you guys to join, courtesy of Sky Fantasy Football. If you want to get involved, click the link below, pop in the code and you can join the Bull Street League. And if you need a bit of inspiration, I'm going to be revealing my team on the Bull Street channel this Thursday. Saying that, all of those players become null and void. You can't choose them because, well, if you do, you're officially a cheat. Good luck.